Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching me today. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you guys had an amazing New Year's Eve. I definitely had a great time with my family and friends. Can't believe that 2017 has started and we're in January already. So today's video is basically going to be my best beauty products for the year 2016. So my November and my December favorites, but I thought I'll skip that and I'd rather film my best beauty products for the year 2016. Excuse the mess behind me because I've actually taken out all the beauty products that I've been loving this year or I've rediscovered this year, and there are quite a few products as you can see from the mess behind, except the tissue roll there because that's just for me when I'm doing my makeup and I need to rub off something very quickly. So I think this is going to be a really long video, so I hope you guys can grab a cup of coffee or tea or a snack and let's begin with this video. I'm going to go through this video in order. So the first thing what I'm going to start with is primers, and I'm going to talk about the primers that I've been loving this year and I've used a ton of. And so the first ones are the Makeupforever primers that I think they launched in 2016 if I'm not wrong, but they basically, I think they reintroduced their primer line or they introduced a new primer line, I'm not too sure, but they came out with these new primers and I love every single primer from their line. Primer has a different color of tube and it also says exactly what the primer is for. So this one, for example, the gray one is the smoothing primer, which is the best primer from the whole range, and it's very versatile. I mean, you can use it for girls who've got normal skin, girls who've got oily skin, girls who've got combination skin, girls who've got pores, girls who've got scar issues. This primer really hits all the boxes and it really is very versatile, and you can use this with a lot of skin tones, and I absolutely love this primer. As you can see, I'm almost out of my tube, but I absolutely love the smoothing primer from the Makeupforever line. And they also have the hydrating primer and the mattifying primer. I've got the smaller tubes in these because to be honest, like I hardly use these because the smoothing primer really works for most of the skin tones. Hey guys, but I know this is like really dirty, but this is what happens. I'm a freelance makeup artist, so a lot of times my hands are dirty and full of foundation, and most of the time I get it on my bottles and packaging. So you'll notice that a lot from all the makeup products that I'm going to be showing you today. But yeah, these are the Makeupforever primers, and I don't think you get the smaller tubes in Dubai. I got this from the Sephora US store, but they're amazing actually. They do come out with a lot of product and they go a long way. The other primer that I absolutely love, and I'm sorry about the packaging, it's so dirty, is the Farsali Rose Gold elixir oil. This bad boy has been out of stock, I don't know for how long. I think that these elixir oils, they come in stock and they go out of stock like this. Popular, and I believe it's for a very good reason. This is one of the best beauty oils that I have tried so far. It's very non-irritant. It gives a very beautiful even finish to the skin, and it's really amazing when you mix it with your foundation, mixing it with your concealers, and also using it as your primer before you go on with your foundation. They're amazing. I know a lot of girls, they use this as their moisturizer, but I have tried that and that kind of broke me out. But whenever I mix this with my foundation or I use it as my primer, it never breaks me out. So I love this. The last but not the least, it's not a new product, but it's from MAC, and it's the MAC Strobe Cream. Again, I've got the smaller tube. I don't like investing in the bigger tubes if I have an option to buy a smaller tube, because I feel that way I can try and test out the product, and I don't feel too guilty about wasting my money in case if I don't like the product. But I absolutely love this. I've actually rediscovered it this year. I bought it last year. Sorry, I rediscovered it in 2016, but I bought it I think in 2015, but I never got around of using it. But in the past 6 months I started using it as my primer, and I absolutely love it. I think it gives such a beautiful luminous finish to the skin. I'm using it underneath my matte or my full coverage foundation, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So okay, so moving on to foundations, I've got tons of foundations to actually talk about, and the first one is, again, it's not a new foundation, but it's something that I have discovered in 2016, and I've never used it before that, but I absolutely love it. I actually save it for my special occasions because I don't want to run out of this foundation ever. It's none other than the ESTEE LAUDER Double Wear Foundation, and I'm in the shade Icru. Again, this is such an amazing foundation. It is beautiful. It applies so smoothly. It stays all day, even without a primer. It stays all day, and it doesn't oxidize on my skin, or it doesn't oxidize on anyone's skin tone that I've used it so far. And the color range is just perfect. This is one foundation that you cannot go wrong. You can go lighter with the coverage, you can go heavier with the coverage, and it will never look cakey. It is just the most amazing foundation and the best foundation I've ever used in my life. So I'm pretty sure this is a favorite of a lot of girls, and I don't think I've ever heard any bad reviews on this, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it to anyone with, I think, any skin tone. I don't think I think I've used this on girls with dry skin tone as well, and I don't think it's clinged on to any of their dry patches. Maybe what you can do is just to be careful, you can apply the rose gold elixir oil or any kind of hydrating primer underneath and then use this, but I'm pretty sure this will still work on every skin tone. This is the most amazing foundation I've ever used. Highly recommend it, guys. The next foundation that I want to talk about is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. This was actually a new launch this year. Yeah, when I say this year, guys, I'm referring to 2016. To be honest, like, I get very skeptical about trying new foundation. It's difficult for me to find the right shade for me, and a lot of foundation oxidizes on me. So I do own a lot of foundations in my kit, so I feel like I've got so many foundations already. Why do I need a new foundation? How different it's going to be from all the other foundations that I have? And when I tried this at the Urban Decay counter, the moment I tried it on my hand and I just blended it with my finger, I just cannot explain how amazingly it blended. A coverage foundation and with a matte finish, but it still looks very natural and very poreless, and I just can't explain that how amazing and beautiful this foundation is. You have to try it yourself to actually know what I mean. It is a different formula. I don't think I own any foundations in my kit which has a similar formula. I mean, most of my full coverage foundations, they kind of blend or build up in a very similar way or smell in a very similar way. This one, it, like, you can never go over with it. It does give a very full coverage foundation, but it just blends beautifully. I do recommend using this with your beauty blend. I found that that's the best way to blend out this foundation, but it just blends effortlessly and beautifully on the skin, and it gives you the most beautiful full coverage poreless finish. So it's the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. And one thing that I want to say before I move on to the next product is that this foundation does oxidize on your face, and I went with the shade 5.0. so if you're in the same skin tone as me, then I would suggest you go with 4.5 or 4, and yeah, I love it. The foundation I want to talk about is the Makeupforever HD foundation, and it's the Ultra HD. Once again, I think Makeupforever, they relaunched their foundations. Their initial foundations were called HD foundations, and they came out with a new Ultra HD, much lighter in consistency as compared to the initial HD foundation, but it gives the most beautiful finish to the skin. It's a very natural finish foundation. And the best thing is that you can actually build this foundation up and it will never look too cakey or too much. It's one of the best foundations that I've found, and I use this a ton for girls who've got dry skin tones or women with age. It applies beautifully. It never looks cakey or over the top on them, and I absolutely love it. I actually love mixing the HD foundation with the Urban Decay foundation, and it works beautifully. The next foundation is actually my favorite drugstore foundation that I've ever tried in my life, and I'm so upset because the Maybelline counters in Dubai do not hold these foundations, and I don't understand why. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. They do have the Fit Me foundation, which is the dewy foundation in the Dubai counters, but they don't have the matte and poreless, and I just don't understand why, because I think this is like one of the best foundations that I've tried from the drugstore ever in my life, and it's very similar to any high-end foundation. To be honest, like, if I'm ever if my skin is like breaking out, or you know, I'm having a bad day and I don't know what foundations to put on, then this is the foundation I go on with, and it just looks beautiful on my skin. It looks exactly how I first started applying this foundation. You know how it is when sometimes you'll use a foundation for like 6 months, and after 6 months you'll be like, it's not working for me, it's not looking as good as it used to when I first started using it. But this foundation, no matter when I use it, it just looks amazing. I love it. I'm in the shade 120, and I think it's a very good shade. I have tried the lighter shades and the darker shade, but I absolutely love the 120 shade. So if you're like a MAC NC25 skin tone, then 120 is the shade for you. There are the BB and CC creams, and the first one is the It Cosmetics CC cream. As you can see, I've almost run out of my tube, and I absolutely love it, especially in the summer months, because this is the only foundation I've actually come across ever with SPF 50 plus in it, and it has some anti-aging properties in it, so I absolutely love this. Good coverage, as well as it, you know, it's obviously protecting my skin, sunlight. And the IT Cosmetics CC cream, and I absolutely love it. And the other BB cream that I absolutely love is the Bobbi Brown BB cream. It has an SPF 35. Again, this is like a deluxe size that I got from Bobbi Brown because I made some purchases online and they gave me this for free. And to be honest, I've used this the whole of last year, and I still have a lot left, so this one actually goes a long way. And I'm in the shade Fair. Such a beautiful BB cream. Although it has SPF, I don't think it actually gives a flashback. The IT Cosmetics one also doesn't give you a flashback even at night. I might be wrong, guys, but anyways, so the Bobbi Brown BB cream, good quality BB cream. It's amazing. It gives the most beautiful natural finish to the skin. It doesn't break me out, it doesn't irritate my skin, and I highly recommend it, guys. The Bobbi Brown BB cream is a must-have. I'm actually gonna buy the full size once I run out of this. It's absolutely amazing. So the next few things I want to talk about are concealer, and I want to talk about 3 concealers that I absolutely loved in 2016. And one of them is a new concealer, Maybelline Master Concealer, and it's from their Master line. And once again, I don't understand why Maybelline Dubai doesn't hold this or sell this. I got this from the US, and I absolutely love it. I'm almost like run out of my tube. The most beautiful full coverage concealer that I've ever used. It's really high quality. It blends beautifully. It never cakes up. It never gets into my fine lines. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful concealer, guys. And I absolutely love it. I actually cherish it. I keep it very close to my heart, and I only use it on special occasions. And I do need to order a new one for myself. I'm in the shade Light, which is the number 20, and I highly recommend this concealer, guys. If you can get a hold of this, definitely go and try it. Let me know your feedback on this and whether you love it as much as I love it. The other 2 concealers are actually old concealers rediscovered in 2016, and the reason why I rediscovered them is because I got to a point where I was trying out so many new concealers, and I think it's because a lot of makeup brands were actually coming out with a lot of concealers at that time. And I think 2016 was all about contouring, concealing, and correctors and all of that good stuff. And I tried tons of new concealers, and I did like a lot of concealers this year, the ones that newly came out, especially the Urban Decay Weightless Concealer. I really liked it, but after a certain period of time, I kind of realized that it wasn't working as efficiently and as beautifully as these 2 concealers did, and that's the reason why I rediscovered this. And to be honest, now I think we are committed for life, and I don't think I'm going to ever break up with these until I come across a concealer which can actually work as amazingly as these 2 concealers do. And the first one is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It's a very staple concealer, and I know a lot of makeup artists use it. A lot of people used to use it, and it's a very old concealer, but guys, I don't think I can ever stop using this because nothing actually beats the Pro Longwear Concealer. Favorite shades is the NW20 and the NW25. I think it's just the most amazing concealer of life. And the other concealer is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Once again, it's the most amazing concealer of life, and it gives a very good coverage. You actually do need a very little amount, and it sets beautifully under the eyes. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the color selection. I know NARS came out with tons of new colors in their concealer line, and I know a lot of people have been loving it. The next product is basically a bronzer, but it's actually a liquid bronzer I've discovered this year, and it's from the Cover FX brand, and it's the Custom Enhancer Drops. And the shade that I absolutely love is the shade Sunset. I know Cover FX came out with tons of other enhancer drops, and the illuminators are one of the best that everybody's been going gaga about, but unfortunately I was not able to get my hands on that, and I tried it for so long that I kind of gave up, and I was like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna try the other products that I can actually purchase. And I was able to purchase this bronzer, and I'm so glad I did, because this is the most beautiful liquid bronzer that I've ever tried in my life. First of all, it comes in a small bottle, but it gives It gives such high pigmentation that you only need the slightest for contouring and bronzing your full face. You don't need, I don't think you need more than 2 drops, and 2 drops is also a lot. Like, I have to actually rub off the product. It's just perfect. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's just the perfect color for bronzing and contouring your face. So I absolutely love the Cover FX Enhancer drops in the color Sunset. So talking about bronzers, let me tell you my favorite powder bronzers of this year. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, and the shade is Luminous Bronze Light. They came out with 2 shades this year, and this is the one that I went for, and I absolutely love it. I actually love all the ambient lighting powders, their highlighters, their blushers, their bronzers. I think it's beautiful. They're very different to an average bronzer because I think they've got their ambient lighting powder mixed in with their blushers as well as their bronzers, and that just gives the most beautiful natural luminous finish to the skin. And I have actually tried contouring with it, and it's not too bad, but I still prefer bronzing with it over contouring. But I absolutely love the color of this, and let me just swatch it for you. It's really beautiful. It is a bit warm for contouring, but I absolutely love it. And as you can see, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, it gives a very luminous but not like a glittery finish. It's very natural, but it's beautiful. And in the summer months, this is like a bronzer that is a must-have. The bronzer that I want to talk about is the Makeupforever Pro Bronze Fusion that I use a ton of, and I'm sure you've seen that in my tutorials recently, and I absolutely love it. And the shade that I am in is 30M. And this bronzer is something that I use for contouring as well as bronzing, and it's beautiful. I think these bronzers are waterproof, and they are a very different formula and very different consistency. It feels very smooth and soft, and that's exactly how it applies on your skin as well. And as you can see, this is the shade as compared to the Hourglass bronzer that I have. It is slightly more cooler as compared to the Hourglass bronzer, and that's the reason why I'm able to contour with it. And it just, I can't explain the consistency of this bronzer. It just applies beautifully. Like, you have to build up this bronzer, and the more you build up, the more beautiful it looks, but it never is too much on your skin. Like, you can actually go on with 3 or 4 layers of this bronzer and it will never be too much. Like, I can't explain it, guys. You have to use it yourself to actually love this product. Another bronzer that I want to talk about, and this is a drugstore bronzer that I absolutely love, and this is the NYX matte bronzer. And I'm in the shade medium, and I absolutely love it. Once again, I love the shade that it comes in. It's very similar to my Benefit Hoola bronzer that I die for. It is the most amazing foolproof bronzer and contour powder that anybody with any skin tone can use, and I absolutely love the formula. It is a little warmer than the Makeupforever bronzer, but to be honest, guys, I do contour with it and it works perfectly. Once again, I love the consistency of it, and the fact that it comes in such a good price. I mean, all of NYX products are such good, high quality products, and the price is just right. Moving on to face powders, there are 2 powders that really stood out for me. I don't like full coverage compact powders. I like powders to set my foundation and my contour and my highlight. At the same time, I do want it to give a little bit of a coverage, but I don't want it to be too cakey like the MAC Studio Fix. I don't like the MAC Studio Fix powders. I prefer the matte mineralized powders. That's also one of my favorite, but there are 2 powders that stood out for me this year that I actually discovered this year, which I want to talk about. And the first one is, again, the Maybelline matte makeup powder. Once again, you must have seen me using this a ton recently, and I absolutely love it. I actually just bought it because my sister was buying it, and I thought, okay, fine, let me just try out. It's a natural radiance powder with a matte finish, and I totally agree. It does gives a matte finish, but at the same time, it's a very natural finish powder. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't cling to any of your pores, any of your texture. It just looks beautiful, flawless. And I'm in the shade Classic Ivory. I think it's a very light shade. I did buy it to actually highlight my face, but I use it all the time to set my full face, and it never looks too white or cakey. And I have used it today, and yeah, I absolutely love this powder. And it's a very high quality powder, once again, at a very good price. The other powder that I want to talk about is the Benefit Hello Flawless powder, and once again, I discovered it this year, and I absolutely love this powder. It does give a little bit more coverage than my Maybelline powder, but it never looks too cakey. It looks very soft. It gives a very soft finish to the face, and I absolutely love it. And as you can see, I've already like hit pan, and that's how much I've used and loved this product. And I'm in the shade Ivory, and it does say over here that it has SPF 15, so I think that's a big plus. I don't think I've come across any compact powders with with sun protection in it, so I think this is really good powder to have, and yeah, benefits products, and this is definitely one of the top products that I've tried so far. The other two categories that I want to talk about are my best blushes as well as my best highlighters. And instead of telling you the different blush colors or highlight colors that I absolutely love, I'm actually going to talk about the brands as a whole. And there are a few brands that really stood out in the year 2016, and they did a tremendous job in the highlighters or the blushes they came out with. And the first one that I want to talk about, and it's no surprise that I'm talking about this, and it is the Becca highlighters, and especially the shade Champagne Pop. And I've got all the highlighters from the Becca line. This one's the Champagne Pop over here. I've got all of them in my kit right now, and I don't think I've tried any highlighter from their kit that I did not like. I absolutely love all the highlighters. I love Opal, I love Moonstone, I love Champagne Pop. I just absolutely love. I love Rose Gold. I just love all the highlighters from Becca. I think they're really good quality. They have an amazing pigmentation to it, and yeah, they really stand out. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything bad about these highlighters or this line. And I also love Becca for their blushes. I think they have the most amazing blushes, and the best thing is you need the lightest amount of blushes and you get the most beautiful pigment flawless finish on your cheek. Once again, I own all the blushes in the Becca line because I just love and swear by them, and I use it all the time. This one is Wild Honey, and as you can see, it's more of a bronzy peachy tone. Let me just show you some other. This one is Damselfly. This is like my favorite one. It's more like an orangey. This is Damselfly here. It's more like an orangey peachy shade. And this one is Songbird. My favorite one is Flower Child, and it's in my kit at the moment, so I don't have it out now. And as you can see, this is more of like a rusty color. This is Songbird. Another brand that I want to talk about that I absolutely love and I swear by is Bobbi Brown and their shimmer bricks. I absolutely love all the shimmer bricks, and my aim is to own all the shimmer bricks in their line because they're equally beautiful and they're just amazing. They apply so beautifully. I get tons of compliments whenever I'm wearing any of our highlighters, and they're just amazing. My favorite ones is Sandstone. It's actually a limited edition one. That's why I hardly use it on camera, but I use it all the time when I'm not. And I really hope Bobbi Brown can actually come back with it. This is the most beautiful, apart from my Champagne Pop. So if I have to categorize my top highlighters of life, Bobbi Brown Sandstone would be the top of the list, because this is, I don't think any highlighter beats this highlighter for me, and it looks like nothing in the pan. It looks very similar to their bronzer, to their bronze shimmer brick, but honestly guys, when you apply it on your skin, it gives you that, see, it looks like nothing. You have to put it on to understand how beautiful this highlighter. It gives the most beautiful wet champagne finish to your skin. It's beautiful. Another highlighter that I want to talk about that I absolutely love and I discovered in 2016 is the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in Gilded Honey. This is one of the best highlighters I've used. Actually, all the highlighters I've mentioned are the best, and I absolutely love and I swear by, and I use it all the time, and I really like it. And to be honest, I love and use this product so much, and I'm so surprised that I haven't hit pan until now. The best way that I like to use this highlighter is with Max Fix Plus. I always spray my Max Fix Plus on my e.l.f. stippling brush that I love. It's just a $1 brush. I don't know how e.l.f. makes money out of it, but it's one of the best brushes that I have, and I just swirl it on my Gilded Honey highlighter and I put it on my cheeks. It makes my cheeks look wet and beautiful and shiny, and it gives me that JLo effect that I absolutely love and I'm always looking for in my highlighters. And yeah, Laura Geller Gilded Honey is one of my favorites. Another brand that I want to talk about that I think really stood out for everybody this year is Anastasia Beverly Hills and her Glow Kits. And to be honest guys, I can't tell you how much I love and use these. Okay, I haven't broken anything. Okay, so I can't tell you how much I love her Glow Kits. To be honest, when she first launched her Glow Kits, I just didn't understand why would anybody come out with glow kits with like 4 highlighters in one kit and then launch 2 kits and then keep on launching different kits during the year. I didn't understand that, because I thought, like, how different can those highlighters be from one another, and why would anybody go and purchase all those kits? I mean, you just need one kit, right? An average person just needs one kit in their life, and once they run out of that, then they can move on to a different kit. First kit that I actually went and bought was the GLEAM kit, and this is the first kit that she came out with, along with her glow kit, and this is the first kit that I went and purchased. And as you can see, I've already hit pan. The moment I put this on my cheeks, I was sold. I was absolutely sold, and I was like, oh my god. Anastasia Beverly Hills is really good at setting trends in the beauty industry, and she can go no wrong. She was the first one who came out with a contour kit. She really changed the brow game in the beauty industry, and she definitely changed the highlighter game in the industry, because her glow kits, each one of them are different to one another, and they're as amazing. If you want to have a wide variety of highlighters in your kit, then you would rather go with this one, which is more like silvery and cool and pink toned highlighters, and this one has more warm tone and bronze tones, which is so beautiful. I love my sun dipped glow kit. I use it all the time, and as you can see, I've almost hit pan on the summer shade, which is actually one of my favorite. I do feel the summer and the moonstone is very similar to the champagne pop highlighter, and these can be taken out and you can put them in your Z palette, so you can customize it. And the price, I mean, let's not talk about the price, because the price is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand how can she make money out of such amazing, good quality, full-size highlighters and such amazing packaging for, like, I think this is for $40 or about 200 dirhams if I'm not mistaken, but they're amazing. I'll give a special mention to her Moonchild highlighter kit that she came out with later this year. I was saying Anastasia Beverly Hills, she is known for setting trends, and she definitely set the trend by coming out with this highlighting with different color undertones. Am I saying that correct? I hope I am. So this one is beautiful. It's so different to any other highlighting kit that I own, and and I've used it a lot. I mean, you would probably think that you only use something like this for Halloween or something, but I use it all the time, especially the pink heart color and the blue eyes. I absolutely love it. And these are more like they look like nothing, they look like blah in the pans, but once you put it on your skin or you source these, they have a different undertone. And as you can see, this one is pink heart and this one is blue eyes, and the blue eyes has more blue undertone. Okay guys, so let's talk about eye palette. I'm sure it's gonna come no surprise to you guys, because I have not stopped using these two palettes this year, and I think I'm probably going to be using them a ton this year as well. And I absolutely love it. I'm so glad that these brands came out with these palettes, because the moment these palettes were launched, I mean, I have not used any other palette. As soon as I purchased these palettes, I have not put them down, and I mean literally. And anyone now who asks me for recommendations of which is the one palette that you need to buy, I always give them these two options, and I tell them, well, you need to make your own choice, because I can't decide which one is my favorite palette from one another. So the two palettes that I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette, Modern Renaissance palette, and the Huda Beauty Textured Eyeshadow palette in the Rose Gold edition. And to be honest guys, these two are just amazing. They're very similar to one another, because they do have those rose gold and very like pinky tones, and they do have some warm colors to it. They both are very similar, at the same time very different, because this palette has more of the foil shadows or the texture shadows that she calls it, and these ones have more like the shimmer shadows. But I love both of these palettes, and I love the package. Well, I don't like the packaging of the Modern Renaissance palette, because it gets really dirty, as you can see, and I do love the packaging of it. I know a lot of people give a lot of crap to Huda Beauty for it, but I don't think she's done anything wrong with this palette. This is amazing. I think it's genius. I think all palettes should be in the Z palette format, because at least you can see your colors. It looks very professional in your kit, and just I love it. And yeah, these are my two favorite palettes of this year, and it's probably gonna be of last year, and it's probably gonna be my favorite palette of next year. I cannot put these palettes down, and I don't think I can ever do any look without these palettes. I always reach to one of these two palettes. So yeah, both of these palettes guys, if you're thinking which one to get, don't ask me, because I can't make up my mind. The makeup product that I'm going to talk about that I absolutely love this year is the Urban Decay glitter liners, and I do have every single color in the line, and I just got 2 out. But I used the NYX glitter liners before I discovered these ones, and thanks to Dress Your Face, I actually got hooked up on these, and I spent weeks looking for the Midnight Cowboy shade, which is the golden shade in the glitter eyeliners. And when I did finally find it, I bought 2 of them because I cannot afford to run out of it, because that's one of the shades that I always use for most of my looks. But I do love all the other colors in the line, and I absolutely love it. These glitter eyeliners are just amazing. It can't go wrong. And if you are worried about using loose glitters, guys, this is your answer. Go and purchase them out. Midnight Cowboy is one of the best shades. Distortion, I absolutely love it. It's more of like a transforming colors, and as you can see, and you can actually use a different color base and put this over top, and it will actually adapt that color and look like you've got that color glitter on, if you get what I mean. So for example, if you've got like a blue eyeliner, and if you put this on top, it will actually look like a blue glitter liner on your eyes. So it's a very good transforming colors, and if you want to buy 1 or 2, get the Midnight Cowboy and get the Distortion. It's amazing. The other thing that I want to talk about is this is actually run out. I just saved it for this video, and it's the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. This is the only mascara that I found this year that really stood out, and it's one of the most amazing mascara that I've ever used in my life, and I'm never gonna use any other mascara ever. And that's a very big commitment that I'm making here. This mascara did everything for me that the other Benefit mascara, which is I think the Real mascara, it's Real mascara or their Real mascara, I'm not too sure, that didn't do for me. This one comes off beautifully, so it's easy to wipe off, which was a big pain in the, you know what I mean, with the other Benefit mascaras and some mascaras that I've also used. And this, you don't need an eyelash curler with this. It actually rolls up your lash. You have to try it to actually know that it is amazing, and it's just beautiful. And Benefit, you guys were really kicking ass this year, and hats off to you guys to come up with the most bomb ass products this year. So talking about eyeliners, there's only one eyeliner that I used in the whole of 2016, which was my NYX matte liquid eyeliner. And prior to this, I used to swear by my YSL baby doll eyeliner, which I think I was using for the past 6 years or so, and this has completely replaced my YSL eyeliner. I mean, I still love it. It's better, just a tad bit better than my NYX one, just because I think it lasts a lot longer than this one. But needless to say, it is still an amazing highly pigmented eyeliner. It stays all day. It doesn't smudge on my eyes. It doesn't transfer to my lid. It doesn't fade during the day. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I know it's very hard to get in Dubai. It's always run out of stock, and there's a good reason why it's run out of stock, because it's a really good high-end quality eyeliner. Talking about gel eyeliners, I absolutely love Inglot gel eyeliner and this is the black one. It's the number 77. A lot of makeup artists swear by it, and there's a good reason why they do, because it's one of the most it's the most blackest, is that a word? It's the most blackest and pigmented eyeliner that I've ever used, and I use it in conjunction with my Line, which I can't find right now, but that is also one of my favorite product in 2016 that I discovered, and I can't stop using it. I use it all the time with any gel eyeliner I use. And Inglot, they've got one of the most amazing gel eyeliners in all the color. Thinking of getting them, do give them a try. It's amazing. Another product that I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty Lash Glue. I think it's one of the best lash glues that I've ever used in my life, and I've run out of my tube, so I've got a backup with me. It says it's a waterproof lash glue, and it is in a black color, so they don't come in a transparent one. To be honest, the first time I used it, I didn't know how to use it. It does say on the back that you're only supposed to wait for 5 seconds before applying your lashes, and I didn't follow the instructions because I'm very pessimistic in that way. Like, I'll always think, you know, instructions in the back do not make sense, but it actually did make sense, because I was always waiting for like 30 seconds, and the lash glue actually dried by that time, and I was not able to stick to my lashes, and I thought I wasted my money. And then I Snapchatted and I asked you guys, like, what should I do? And then you guys told me that I need to wait for like 5 seconds only, and literally I only wait for like 2 or 3 seconds on, and my lashes stay put. The problem that I always have with like lash, one of my eyes always like waters up, and I was never able to stick my lashes over there. It would always pop off, and that used to irritate the hell out of me. But ever since I moved on to my Huda Beauty Lash Glue, that thing just never happens to me, and it's really foolproof. It's amazing. Go get it. Other thing I want to talk about is the Too Faced Glitter Glue. primer, and this is, I'm gonna make it very short and sweet, guys. If you love using glitter, if you love using shimmer shadows, if you love using full shadows, and you've got slightly hooded lids, and if you think that your shadows kind of transfer up, this is the glitter glue and the base that you want to use all the time. I don't think any other glitter glue does what this glitter glue does for me. It's absolutely amazing. Just go and get it. I'm going to talk about my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I use this to bake my face and also to set my under eyes. I absolutely love it, guys. I think this is the most beautiful soft and natural finish setting powder that I've ever used in my life. And the best thing is that you get tons of product. I don't think you run out of this product for a very long time, so it's a very good investment to make, and I highly suggest it. So let's talk about lashes, and I'm going to mention a few lashes that I absolutely love. It's probably going to come to no surprise to you guys, and the first one that I want to talk about are the Huda Beauty lashes. I think they're really good quality lashes. One of my favorite styles is the Samantha lashes, the Farah lashes, and even the Scarlet lashes. I think they're my top 3 from her line. If your Huda Beauty lashes are meant for any special occasion, I don't think any of her lashes are for the day-to-day or for like a soft look. I think they give that oomph, but they do really stand out. The other lashes that I discovered in 2016 is actually from a local brand, someone who is based in the GCC, and it's called Mad Lashes, and I absolutely fell in love with all her lashes. I think they're amazing. Once again, they're really high quality, and they're actually a very good price as well. I think they're slightly cheaper than the Huda Beauty lashes. The synthetic ones are like around the range of 50 dirhams or so, and then her mink lashes are more expensive, but they're very good. And these ones are the mink lashes, and it's in the shade Gaga, which is one of my favorite styles from her line. And let me just show you. That's how they come, and I love her packaging. I think it's really cute. It gives that window kind of a look. I think it's really cute and beautiful, and sturdy at the same time. Like you won't ruin your packaging, and I love to keep like lash boxes. Use one pair of lashes quite a few times, so I like to keep it back in the box, and they're very sturdy and very good quality packaging. The other lashes that I absolutely love is the Allure lashes, and it's 126 that I absolutely love. They're very similar to the Jade lashes from Huda Beauty, and they're much more affordable. The only bad thing is you don't get these in Dubai. I get them from the UK or the US. Make a statement, but they're not over the top, so they're absolutely beautiful, and they stick really well to my lash line, and they're not irritating or uncomfortable. They're really beautiful. And the last but not the least are my Ardell lashes, and it's in the style Demi Vespes, and it's the number 120. For my daytime or anytime I want to show that I'm not wearing any eyelashes and it's my natural lashes but better, I always go with these. They're so comfortable. You don't even feel that you're wearing lashes once you've got them on, and especially for girls who just starting to wear eyelashes, I always recommend them buying these. These are very easily available in Dubai. You can easily buy them off any pharmacy here or any like beauty store, and they're very affordable at the same time. Last but not the least, let's talk about lip products, and I left it to the last because I've got quite a few lip products to talk about. And I'm going to start with lip liners. So lip liners that I discovered in 2016. I used to love my MAC lip liners before I found these, and I've not gone back to my MAC liners ever since I started using these. So the first one is actually a drugstore option. So if you're not able to afford the more expensive ones, you can always go for these. And these are the NYX Glide On lip pencils that I got recently. Not recently, actually I bought like about 6 months back, and I did Snapchat about these. They're really high in quality. They're very similar to the MAC Pro lip liners and the Huda Beauty lip liners or any other good quality lip liners that I've tried. They're very beautiful. They are really smooth, and you can actually wear them as a lipstick as well, and they're very comfortable. They're very highly pigmented, and I understand why they call them the slide on, glide on, stay on pencils. That's exactly what these pencils do. They're amazing. Lip pencils that I want to talk about are the Huda Beauty lip contours that she came out with in 2016. I've got a lot of shades. I've just got 2 shades out today because most of my shades are in my kit right now, but I absolutely love her lip contours. They're once again, they're really pigmented, they're very smooth, and they very comfortable to wear on its own as a lipstick as well. This is the Cheerleader shade. As you can see, it's really highly pigmented, and yeah, they're really good quality lip liners. So finally, we can talk about liquid lipsticks, and I'm just going to mention liquid lipsticks that I absolutely love. This ones that I want to talk about are the Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks, and I've just got 3 shades out again, but to be honest, I love and I swear by all the shades that I've used in her line, and I think none of the liquid lipsticks that I've tried from Kat Von D have ever come out patchy or drying or uncomfortable to wear or not so pigmented. I think all the colors from her line are just equally amazing, especially her darker tones. I really appreciate all the dark tone liquid lipsticks that she has, because they're not patchy, they're very comfortable, they last really well on your lips, and they don't, like, you know, sometimes when you're wearing a dark lip, it sort of like goes, you always have like, it always goes off from the center all the time, but it never happens to me whenever I'm wearing my Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. The 2 liquid lipsticks that I want to talk about is actually from Huda Beauty, and once again, she launched it in 2016. I think 2016 was the year of Huda Beauty. I think she came out with a lot of new products in her line, and I think 2017 she's going to come out with a lot more products and expand her line as well. So the 2 liquid lipsticks that really stood out for me was in the shade Icon and a Cheerleader. I think it's one of the most wearable colors in her line, and they're very comfortable, and the formula is really great in these 2 liquid lipsticks. Some of the darker colors that I tried in her line were actually a little patchy and drying, so I didn't like them too much, but these 2, they're just beautiful. I use them a ton. If you're not comfortable wearing red lipsticks, then this is the color for you, and there it is. It's a very beautiful red, but it's not a red, you know what I mean? It's a color. Even the lip contour shade in Icon is just beautiful. It's more like the Max Soar. The Icon goes so well with any outfit or any skin tone. The other shade is the shade Icon, and it's just shade Cheerleader, and it's just like your average red color, but once again, it's really beautiful, it's really comfortable to wear, and it's really pigmented. I absolutely love it. This is the shade Cheerleader there. The other liquid lipsticks that I want to talk about is actually one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the 2 shades that I want to talk about is Dolce and Catherine. Dolce I can't find in one of my purses. Dolce is like one of those colors that's like my on-the-go color. It makes me look like I'm awake and I'm fresh, and it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it, and it's more like a peachy pink color. It's a very fresh color. And Catherine is that's Catherine there. It's like it's your purple pink mauvey undertone liquid lipstick. I'm very bad in explaining colors, so yeah, this is a very beautiful shade. It's more like a rose color liquid lipstick, but I absolutely love the formula of this. Last but not the least, I'm going to talk about lip glosses. You all know how much I love my Marc Jacobs lip glosses. I think I've got all the shades in his line, and this is just one shade, which is like my favorite shade, one of my favorite shades. It's Sugar Sugar. It has an iridescence to it. I've been so into like glittery shimmery glosses, and there it is, and it's really beautiful. They last so well on the lips. They're very glossy, they're not too pigmented, and I think that's what I like about lip glosses. I don't like lip glosses which are really pigmented. I mean, if I want a pigmented lip gloss, I'll put a liquid lipstick and I'll put a lighter shade of gloss over it, and I think that way lipstick lasts well, and it doesn't even smear or smudges or bleed, and I think Marc Jacobs is just amazing. It's really worth your investment. It's really worth every money that you spend on it. It really makes your lips look glossy and wet, and I think that's what I'm looking in lip glosses whenever I'm making that purchase. The other 2 glosses that I've recently discovered and I absolutely love, I can't believe that I've waited so far to own them, and it's the Jouer lip toppers, and this is in the shade Skinny Dip and Tan Line. Before I could even talk about the formula and how much I love it, I want to talk about the smell of these. These smell like cake batter, and I'm seriously saying it smells like cake batter. Like, I want to eat it. It smells divine. Like, I can't even explain. It's just beautiful. The smell is just out of this world. It's just amazing. I think all the lipsticks should come in this kind of scent. It's just amazing. Also have a really good pigmentation. They last really well on the lips. They're very comfortable. They're not sticky. You know, sometimes glosses are very sticky, and they're really shimmery and glittery, and that's exactly what I'm looking for in my glosses these days. And let me just the Skinny Dip color was out of stock for such a long time, and it's a very neutral shade. You can use this on top of any lipstick. I'm sorry, my swatches are horrible, but I don't think the camera is picking up how insanely beautiful the Skinny Dip color is, And then let me also swatch tan lines for you. And this is like more of a bronzy metallic shimmery color. You can see there, it's just beautiful. I absolutely love both of these, and I'm definitely gonna go back on the Jouer's website more of their lip toppers and even the liquid lipsticks. So guys, that's it for my top beauty products for the year 2016. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't too long for you. We'll be back with some more videos this week, so stay tuned and please do hit the subscribe button. I'm going to link it somewhere here. Click on the notifications button, that way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And feel free to leave me your comments and suggestions below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat. So much for all the support, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time guys, I'll see you guys later, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.